Courtney.
Hi.
Listen, let me tell you about some real life. Okay, this is real life here. So look, my daughter, this is my grandbaby, Cairo. My
Oh
daughter had to
my.
drop my other daughter off to ballet in East Point. She's like, Ma, I hit the craziest traffic on Old Net. So, but she's like 3 minutes away. So
Yes.
I know this is recorded, and I know so if you need to go over the time, I'm happy to do that. But I apologize.
No, it is.
This has never happened before,
I
right?
think I say this all of the time. Life be lifing, and you can't do nothing about it.
Life be life, and there's nothing about it except you know accept that
Yes.
life be life, and that it's okay to pivot. It's okay
Yes.
to pivot.
It is okay. We're gonna do our thing, right? And
Okay,
thank
okay,
God that I do this now where we
yes,
record it before it would be live, but then I
okay.
realized
Life
life,
be life,
right.
life be.
So once again, we are here. We are live one-on-one with Courtney Starks and this amazing young lady who I just had the opportunity to get to know prior to is Miss April Parker Jones. Thank you so much for being here. I love doing this, guys. Just so you guys are aware, we are in season 5 of the show, and I love being able to meet people that I can genuinely connect with. And prior to, you may see some snippets of this, we had an opportunity to talk and get to know each other. So,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
Wonderful, grateful, hopeful,
Mm,
uh, optimistic,
optimistic. I love
optimistic.
that. After 2.5 years of wanting and needing hope through this turmoil, I love that word optimism, right? Because we needed that. We
Yes.
still need that with all the things going on. For you, how was living in that pandemic? What what were some things that you had to learn about yourself or hard truths to get you here?
Hard truths. Hard truths were that when everything is stripped away, at the core of life is love.
Mm,
Have love, you winning.
come on.
So it just fortified it, and it just reminded me and confirmed for me that I got love. I got love for myself. I'm still learning to love myself, but I have love for myself. I have love for my family. So I'm okay. I'm
Mm,
I'm in the winning circle of this thing called life. And I think if we all, and it's all a choice, because
yes.
at the end of the day, that's what God has done for us is
Mm,
allow us to have free will and,
yes.
and a free will of choice. So it's all a choice. So and during that pandemic, I got to choose, oh, this is what love looks like when everything
Mm.
else stripped away. I got a chance to read. I read 2 books in the pandemic.
uh,
I did some yoga, and I just had a chance to just do a lot of self reflection. It was a rough time. I lost my mother.
I'm so
Um,
sorry to hear that.
thank you. Shortly after the pandemic, so there was lives lost.
Yes.
There were businesses that couldn't bounce back. So I don't want to negate what
Mm,
those a lot of people went through that was traumatic during that
yes.
pandemic. But I'm choosing to look at the pandemic as a time for me to have grown when it comes to who I am as an
Mm,
artist, as an individual, as a mother, as a grandmother now.
yes.
Yeah. What about you, Courtney? What was a hard truth for you? I know it's not your interview, but I'm curious.
Whew. I think the hardest truth that I had to face is that I cannot be in this journey, on this journey, navigating this journey by myself.
Yes.
I have grown up with the thought process of I can do this on my own, right?
Yeah.
I can make this on my own. I've come this far. And during COVID, where you had to sit with yourself, one of the main things I realized was no, you have not. There have been so many people who have prayed for you, who have
Yes.
prayed with you, who have supported you, all whom you have never even realized.
Yes.
And it was so hard to sit in that and realize that when I looked to my left and looked to my right, those people weren't there. The
Mm,
people that I loved on, the people that I needed weren't there and they
mm,
couldn't be there. You mentioned loss. And that was the biggest thing to take in was I never got an opportunity to tell them that I was thankful for what they were or who they were in my life because they were gone. You know what I mean? So learning that we get this life, but God blesses us with people to be on this journey with and to never take them for granted. You know what I mean? You mentioned something about choices, right? And choosing to love in spite of what was going on. Now, for you, I want to ask, did you choose acting or did acting choose you? Because I read that you were an athlete. You were a track, you were a track star.
Man, listen, Courtney, athletics was such an awesome part of my life. I am an advocate for team sports, whatever that sport is. I felt like it taught me discipline. It taught me how to win and lose. Necessary.
Yes, yes, yes.
It taught me the importance of being healthy. But I will say that acting still chose me. I did my first play at age 5, like a in my hometown. My mama had signed up like an after school program or something. And I did my first play. And I can remember that feeling that I had at 5 years old, like, wow, this feels like home. I feel safe here. It was almost like we found that good church. We found that good church. They get there. I felt safe there. And since that moment in my life, I chased it. I chased that. I chased that safety. I chased that opportunity to have a vessel to express myself creatively. And of course, along the way, you get better at the craft.
Yes.
So I would say that acting absolutely chose me. God chose acting for me. I feel like there's other things that God has chosen for me too that I'm still discovering.
Yeah.
But it's been an awesome ride. I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for this journey of being an artist. I feel like that every child should have some sort of sport and art in their life, whether that's music,
I agree.
acting.
I agree.
It helped me to make me a kind of a whole, rich woman in that way. So yeah, I feel like it chose me.
And you mentioned stage, which we are from. My first play was Raisin in the Sun.
Yes. I played Aretha. Yes.
And my second one was the piano lesson. And those are amazing things. Those, I think there's a sense of you better get this right in theater that you don't get when you're doing TV and film, because it's the popcorn and the tomatoes will hit you on the stage, but you get a chance to make it up on film and TV. And you being like theatrically trained, when you were able to hit film and TV, what were some things that you brought over, you carry with you, just because you were able to be as methodical as what you had been?
I think the main thing that I brought over from the stage to the screen was the discipline. You're right, because you don't get a second chance with theater. You get plenty of chances with theater, film and TV, but at the same time, if you have that core discipline to get it right the first few times, first of all, that's going to help the production. You're going to save time, and time is money, right? So time, but you also, I feel like coming from the stage also made me appreciate and take each take so seriously, and to live in the passion of each take, that it's helped me to grow as an artist. I am so grateful for the experience of theater. Theater is my first love. It'll always and I hope to get back to the theater at some point. I just love I love being able to do film and TV, and it's lucrative. Let's just be honest, that it's way more lucrative, right? Than theater. So when the time comes for me to do another stage play and it presents itself, I'm definitely going back to the stage.
Yeah. So from Durham to New York to Hollywood to now being in Georgia, you mentioned earlier about chasing this feeling, right? That dream, chasing that dream and moving to these places to chase that dream.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier that life sometimes.
Yes.
At what point in your journey were you like, God, is this for me? You're telling me this is what it is, but I don't see it. At what point were you like, God, I need something?
I need confirmation. I need you to show up.
Yeah.
I know that you don't necessarily come out of the burning bush and start talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to send a sign now. Jesus,
Come
yeah.
on.
Listen,
Come on.
there have actually been a few times I could probably count on one hand, but where I was at that point, and
Yeah.
one in particular was right before I booked the Tyler Perry job. I had never been a series regular before until I was on If Loving You Is Wrong with Tyler Perry. Prior to maybe just a few months prior to that audition for If Loving You Is
Mm.
Wrong, it had gotten so tough for me and my family in California. We were just never really able to get quite above water all the way. I was nannying, I was babysitting,
Mm.
braiding hair,
Oh,
answering phones at a meat company, waiting tables, and it just became so hard. And my husband, he goes, and I went to my husband. I go, maybe we've been here almost 10 years.
mm.
We've been away from our family for almost 10 years. Things aren't popping off. Maybe I should just move back to North Carolina,
Right.
and maybe finish school and just get a degree, give me a job where there's a more steady income.
Mm-hmm.
My husband said to me, and I believe this was God speaking through him.
Yeah.
He said to me, "We're not leaving here until you get what you came for."
Come on.
And I go,
Come on.
"Oh,
Come
is this how that faith thing works?"
on, confirmation.
Right. So here we are, talking about love and people around you, especially during the pandemic. When somebody sees something so special in you that sometimes
Mm.
you don't see in yourself.
Come on.
And at that moment, I go, okay, well, we're not leaving until I get
Yeah.
what I get. And that's when the Tyler Perry audition came, and then
Mm.
I called back for it. And then I
Yeah.
go, oh, gosh, I booked it. We booked it.
Yes.
And so that's our first series regular job. And season two, we packed up our belongings and we cashed out and came on to Georgia. And
Wow.
it has been on an upward trajectory since. So
Did
yes,
you did you initially audition for Natalie,
I
or
did.
did you go? Oh wow.
Well, so there were a few roles that, this is five girls. I can remember my manager Tom and my agent going, what role do you connect with? We got this audition for you. Is there any woman in particular that you connect with?
Mm.
I go, I really connect with Natalie.
Yeah.
If I could get an audition for her, I'd be very happy. So
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get an audition for Natalie. And quick story, I auditioned for Natalie. I went in for the callback, and I can remember Tyler Perry. He was at the callback, and this was in Beverly Hills, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm so nervous. And I go, oh my gosh, does he? I did the audition. He leans forward and he goes, young lady, you don't look like how I envisioned this character.
Mm.
You don't sound like her. I didn't. This is not how I saw this character. He goes, but you are her.
Oh,
You're
come
so,
on.
and that was another confirmation. So when things are for you, they're for you.
Yeah.
It was all part of the plan. I think Natalie was supposed to kind of go in a more comedic,
Mm-hmm.
sense, but I chose to play her a little bit more dramatic, finding
Yeah.
comedic moments. Tyler Perry saw something in me, and I'm so grateful to Tyler Perry for I'm grateful for Tyler Perry for going against what he thought he
That
wanted.
grain. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
saying, I'm going to take a chance on you playing this role the way that you're playing it. And
Mm.
I'll be forever grateful.
Come
Forever.
on. I love the power of prayer, the power of consistency, and showing up for yourself. And not only did Tyler Perry see something and go against this, but you were able to tap in to women who are going through the same thing. This the working mom trying to stay afloat, doing whatever she can
Yes.
for her kids. You know,
Yes. Yes.
and I know like that was kind of a connect to what you're going through. You
That's
know what
right.
I mean? So to be able to play somebody that you can relate to, come on, you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong there.
And it's so awesome, Courtney, because when you said the word relate, I mean, when I go down to Walmart or the Kroger, Publix or something down the street, I'll run into people, and the show's been over for some years now, but I still
Mm-hmm.
nearly every day, who go, gosh, Natalie is so relatable to me. She's so
Mm-hmm.
relatable to my aunt. You remind me of my cousin. This is
Yeah.
exactly what we went through. And people need to see that. As
Yes.
artists, that I feel like that's part of our job, to be able to reflect what is relatable so that
Mm.
somebody can be either inspired, entertained, motivated. But I'm grateful to be able to play Natalie because I
Oh,
was able to tap into a lot of my own personal stuff to
Yes.
portray her, and it was ordained. I
How
believe.
was it working with Mr. Tyler Perry though? I have had an opportunity now to speak with some of the other castmates, and they've had their different stories to tell me. But now that I'm speaking to Miss April Parker Jones, I would like to know, how was it for you? Were there any words of advice that he gave you? Were there any criticisms that he gave you to help shape you? What was it like? Talk to us.
it, it, it was it was a dream come true. I really went into it not knowing what to expect. I
Mm,
never talked to anybody who worked for Tyler Perry, but when I tell you, for me, especially at this age, I mean, I'm midlife. Sorry, but I'm midlife, especially at this age. Right, going into working for a black man
mm.
has created his own studio with his own money through his own gifts and talents, employing black people to be able to be on his set doing what I love to do and getting
Mm.
paid for it. That right there is enough for me to be
Come
a
on.
dream come true. As far as him personally, I feel like Tyler Perry, when from the audition room, saw something in me that no one else has seen as far as a director.
Yeah.
I can remember one time I was doing a scene with my son. The character's name was Joey, and I can remember Tyler Perry pulling me to the side, and he goes, "I need you to tap into what you done been through."
Mm.
He, it's like he knew what I had been through as a young woman, as a single mom at one point. He's like, "Because I see it in you. Tap
Oh,
into that now." So, to me, that part of him being able to see me as a woman, as a black woman who in
yeah.
America, that has never happened to me before, and I've been on
Yeah.
several things. So working with Tyler Perry has been a dream come true. I'm praying I get a chance to work with him again. He's doing magnificent things in the city, for the city,
Mm.
not just for the city, but for the entire film industry. He is a
Yes.
pioneer. I love him. I'm gonna tell you
Mm.
like this. Say what you want about Tyler Perry. He's helped to change April Parker Jones' life.
Oh,
I mean,
come on.
you look, Tyler. If you out there, you watching Courtney show. I'm proud of you. Thank you. I,
uh,
I appreciate you. Yes,
mm.
forever.
And you've done a lot. I love that you said that. Like, I've been on different sets, and I don't think that people understand. And I'm going to call it like it is. You are an icon in your own right. You've done so many different things. I was saying earlier as I was kind of prepping myself, I'm like, damn, she had a credit sheet longer than my comforter in my bed. But it just speaks to the power of what we were saying earlier about showing up,
So
even
it
when it's hard. Showing up. Now you played a mom, right? You played a doctor, a therapist, a detective.
yeah.
Is there a role that you want to play that you have not played yet?
I want to play like a superhero. I would love to be like a super shero. Something
Mm.
like, I feel like I better hurry up because I'm getting older and my body ain't doing the best. But for some, I would like to play some sort of like magnificent super hero where she can come in and kick ass, something like that, or even beyond that. I would love to do more comedy. I think
Mm.
I'm but for some reason, I just keep getting into these serious, dramatic. Look,
But they're good. They're
they,
really good.
thank you. But growing up, even all through like middle school and high school, I was known as Crazy April because I was
Mm.
silly. Everybody knew me to be
Yeah.
silly April. So I think I'm funny. My family thinks I'm funny, but I would love to do some more comedic roles, maybe where I could play like different types of characters within that role, maybe some sketch comedy.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, so we'll see, Courtney.
We'll
And
see. Now
we'll
you
see.
mentioned kids and now having a grandson. What is it like watching them watch you on screen?
Oh gosh, pride.
Mm.
I feel an immense amount of pride. Um, I feel like I'm hoping rather that I'm setting an example for them to take the limits off, like we
Mm.
said, and put ourselves and our abilities in a box. So I'm
Yes.
hoping when they see me and they see, look at mom, or look at grandma, or look at my
Mm.
mom, look at my sister, look at my cousin. I'm hoping that they see that dreams are possible. Like
Mm.
we don't have to settle. Like
Yeah.
and so that's what I feel. I'm hoping that Yeah, it's a feeling of optimism. We talked about optimism
Mm,
of like, yeah, hopefully now that they'll be brave,
yes,
brave,
yes,
because
yes.
this is not a look. This is not an easy industry, and really, I mean, it's you've got certain levels to it, and I feel like God has been so good to allow me to graduate and evolve to beyond the amateur level to a
Yes.
professional level now, and I want them to see that too. That
Mm,
you stay to the course, persevere, and don't quit. The sky is the limit. Matter of fact, the sky ain't even the limit. There is no
come
limit.
on. Come on. There is something above that. Right.
Yes, yes, there
Now,
is.
speaking about things being above, I would have never thought in these 33 years of life that they would have redone The Fresh Prince.
I know.
And you have an opportunity to star in the remake of Bel-Air. You
Thank you.
play the mom,
Hmm.
and playing Vi is not easy, especially in the beginning season. My heart was with you because imagine giving your son to people to raise him up, make him better, and then you want him back, and he's like, "But I don't know if I want to come back home." Get the switch. Get the switch.
I want to come back home. I'm your mama. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what was it like being called for this role, and how was it? How was the feeling being in the cast of people kind of remaking this a dramatic series and meeting some of the cast members from the old series?
Oh my gosh. Whenever we talk about remakes or reboots, for us artists, I mean, it's kind of a scary thing. It's kind of a new thing now, the
Yeah.
whole blossoming of these remakes. So, and here's the thing about the remakes, they can either go here,
Uh-huh.
and when you talk about a black,
Yes.
reboot, such as Bel-Air, the Fresh Prince, that was so popular, that was so global,
Mm-hmm.
scary.
Yes.
I really didn't know how people were going to receive it.
Yeah.
I know how I felt when I saw the original trailer by Morgan Cooper. Did you ever get a
Mhm.
chance to see the
Yes.
teaser?
When I
So
first saw that, I was like, no way. Somebody just playing around, doing some stuff. But it
right,
felt good. But I was like, no,
yeah,
no.
same.
Yeah.
I was like, that was dope. Okay, but are they really gonna do? And then so when I got the audition for it, I go, wow, they're really gonna do this. They're
Hmm.
really gonna do this. So here's a funny another funny story for your viewers. I actually auditioned for Aunt Viv.
Oh, wow.
I auditioned
Wow.
for Courtney. I got a call back. I got to meet. I had a producer session. They call it the producer
Hmm.
session, where I had to meet with the producers to do Aunt Viv. I had,
Hmm.
I had COVID, right?
Oh.
So I was sick. We had to do it through Zoom. I can remember sweating, doing that, sniffing. But I did, and I go, oh my god, I might get Aunt Viv. I might be Aunt Viv. Maybe about a month later, I go, I guess I didn't get it, but I got a call from my reps, and they go, they're going another direction with Aunt Viv, but they would like to know if you'd be interested in playing Vi, the mom.
Mm.
I go, hell yeah. Hey, yeah. And then when I saw Jabari on it was the kind of reveal when Will Smith had revealed to him that he got in the role. Did you see that clip? Did
Yes.
you? So,
Yes.
so that was my first time seeing him. And I go,
Mm.
gosh, that's the young man. I go,
Mm.
it was an immediate
Yeah, connection.
connection. I go, wow, I have two daughters. I go, wow,
Hmm.
I had a son. I believe he would be a lot like him.
Mm.
And God is so good. God knew that I wasn't supposed to play Viv. Well, first of all, because the woman who's playing her is fantastic,
Uh-huh.
perfect. But God was like, you're supposed to play his mom. And we have such a synergy and a chemistry. I mean, we look alike. We
Yes.
look it's
Yes.
crazy,
Like
Courtney.
it's a dynamic that, yeah.
Yes. So I feel so privileged. I feel so blessed to bring life to Vi, to play opposite of Jabari, who is a magnificent, just oh my gosh, he is just so dynamite
Mm.
uh, off the camera too. And what a dream come true. I'm so
Yeah.
grateful that the audience has received it because
Mm.
black people be hard on stuff.
Yes,
You
they
know,
will. They will.
we
They
will
will.
test like
Even
nothing.
even even with the first episode, I won't lie. And I think I told my viewers this before. I was like, okay, now, all right, don't. That's all right. We're in shaky waters.
Come
Let's
on,
do
let's
it.
go.
By
Let's go.
episode 2, I was in.
It was just like that.
Yeah,
See?
I was in.
so I'm so blessed. I'm so proud to be a part of it. It's been life changing to watch this iconic show now reimagined into another version of
Yes.
iconism, and I get to be a part of that. Look at God. Thank
Mm.
you.
Come
I'm
on.
so
Come on.
grateful. Yeah. And like you said, the best is still yet to come. We just scratching
Yes.
the surface. Yeah.
Yes. I got
Hmm.
an opportunity. I haven't spoke on it yet because I normally dive in every episode, but I said I was going to hold back and
Okay.
give people some time
Yeah.
to watch. But I'm in love.
Okay.
I've watched, I've digested, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be for
Yeah.
seasons to come. It's
Seasons to
just
come.
it's just something that is not only relatable, but you can feel every character's situation.
Their struggle. You can feel every
Yes,
character's struggle, and it's not only that, it's relevant. It's
yes,
so relevant to what they did such a good job of making it so relevant to what's going on today.
yes, yes.
And there may be some funny parts here and there, but the drama of it all, they just
Mm.
did fantastic. I'm so proud of Morgan
And
Cooper
the
and
old, I love shows that bring back older characters from other seasons, from older seasons,
yep,
and incorporate them so they don't feel forgotten, like as if
yes,
that never happened. And I
right.
love that the other Vi was in this last season. You know what I mean? We now have we have what's her name? Um, I'm not gonna. Oh my god, I can't believe I don't remember right now.
Who's
She's
character?
playing the teacher. She's playing the teacher of her character, her older character,
Okay.
Layla Ali.
Layla Ali. Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
Tatiana Ali.
Tatiana.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Oh,
yes. I love the inclusion of it
yes.
all. It just
Yes.
makes it so much more, like you said, relatable. You know
Relatable.
what I mean? Now, for
Absolutely.
yourself, being in something so iconic, when you look back and kind of process, I started as Darcy. I was
Oh,
Darcy
yeah.
all these years ago, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
What do you say to yourself when you have those moments alone? What are those moments like when you go, God, look at me now.
Yeah.
Look at what you've done for me and where I'm at right now. What are those moments like for you?
Pure, unadulterated, raw gratitude. And
Mm,
when I say gratitude, it's just gratitude is an understatement. I'm a good old country girl from Durham, North Carolina,
mm,
with long, skinny legs, nappy hair, and I'm like, God, look at what you did.
mm.
It's gratitude, and I have to give glory. That I
Yes.
have to give glory what glory is given. I know people don't like to talk about God at church. It's not about God at church. It's just about when something is bigger than yourself. I have to. So in those moments by myself, I go, thank you, God. To God,
Mm,
God be the glory. To God be the glory. And
yeah.
I'm not ashamed to talk about
Yes.
God the glory. So that's what those quiet moments are. Thank
Mm,
you. Thank you, God.
yes.
Because it could have been me somewhere else. I
Come
know,
on.
look, I got a story.
Come
We'll
on.
talk off camera. I got a story. I got a testimony,
Come
and
on.
it could have went the other way real easy. But
Yes.
I got something for you if you just hold on. Just
Mm,
hold on. And so in those quiet moments, it's full of gratitude. It's full of
mm.
gratitude because at the end of the day, I just want my creator to say, job well done.
Job well done.
That's it.
Job well done. Now you mentioned something earlier, and I wanted to revert back to it. You said, I'm getting older now, but you look amazing. You are amazing. And I watched you on the rail when you spoke about the ministry, the health and fitness ministry that you have with your husband. First of all, that's amazing. That's dope in itself to be
Thank you.
able to partner with your mate and to
Yeah.
create this. I know of my fiance, I want you on the other side of the couch. Leave me alone.
Me too.
But
Me too.
so
Me
let's
too.
talk about health and wellness and that important for you and how is it impacting where you are right now and the things you're able to do.
I think the main thing, and I want to share this with your viewers, is at the end of the day, and the pandemic taught me a lot about this too. Nothing else matters if we're not healthy. It doesn't
Mm,
matter how much money we have, how much fame, how much prestige, how much
mm,
stuff. If we ain't healthy, none of this matters. So I,
yes.
I really truly believe, and Jay has taught me this too, that our health is our true wealth.
Yes.
Our health is our wealth. I want to scream it from the mountaintops. Our
Mm.
health is our wealth. And that doesn't mean you have to be a size 0. It doesn't mean that you have to be this crazy, person into yoga and just eating all herbs all the time.
Mm.
It just means, being conscious of not only what we intake in our body as far as food, but what we intake into our spirit.
Yes.
I think we
Yes.
forget about that health is all, it's encompassing all of that, our mind, our body, and our soul.
Mm.
So that's what I'm learning about true health is 360. It's everything. And really, to me, real health starts with how we protect our mind, what we
Come
let
on.
seep into it, what we keep in there, and what we allow to filter out. So
Mm.
that's the journey I'm on. Because for me, the journey is peace of mind.
Oh, come on. And if it doesn't bring me peace, I don't want it.
I'm gonna need you to go on over there. I'm gonna need you to get off me because I'm trying to have. I mean, really, I'm trying, and
Oh,
that's what I'm trying to teach my daughters. Like, look, y'all, look. If you're trying to win the game of life, the person who wins life is the person who has accessed the most peace. And the cool thing about peace is we all have access to it.
yes.
We just got access. It's a choice.
Yes.
So that's what I'm trying to learn.
Now,
Peace.
speaking about journey, you mentioned this in the beginning of the show. You are a grandma to a
Yeah.
soon to be 1 year old. Now,
Yes.
I remember my grandmother and my mama. When I was younger, I wanted McDonald's, and they didn't have McDonald's money. And I'm sure there is something that happens when you have grandchildren,
Yeah.
when you found the $5, $10 in the pocketbook, getting the apples as you drove us past the McDonald's. So let's talk about the differences, because there are really some stark differences here from
Yes.
being a mom to being a grandma. How
Yeah.
has that journey been?
It's been an interesting journey because they still live here at the house with us, which I'm so grateful for. I'm grateful that we have the space
Yeah.
to keep them, and also to continue to nurture them. So the journey has been for me, being a grandmother, is that I'm still parenting my daughter who's
Mm,
not a parent.
yes.
So I'm learning so much about her, and I'm learning so much about myself and patience, and just it's a different type of love. And I'm just grateful that now I get to use my life experience to now
Mm,
pour into her and into him. And a lot of times when I'm like trying to give her advice, I go, look, now you need to listen because I done been there. Like I've been the single mom.
yeah.
I've been the struggling artist. I've been the I breastfed. So I
Mm,
get it. It's so amazing to pull from my real life experience now and to be able to share this with her and him. And then I get to give them back when I'm done with
yes.
them.
As she did earlier, y'all. As she
Okay,
did
take your
earlier.
time. I got Courtney,
But
it's been a
when you think
fantastic
about
journey.
when you
Yeah.
think about your journey and just we were talking about conversations earlier, what conversation would you have with the younger version of yourself who would not have known they would be here right now?
Gosh. Oh gosh, younger April, who didn't think that this would be here. Hold on. Just hold
Mm,
on. Wait on God because the
mm,
same God is the same God back then that God is right now.
come on.
Hold on. Hold on. Don't give up. Hang in there. Hang in there. Don't quit. Don't quit.
Mm,
Don't quit. Who do you trust? Whose are you? Who are you? Who are
mm,
you and whose are you?
come
Don't
on.
stop. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. That's what I would tell her. Hang on. It's
Yeah.
coming. Hang on. There is a reward in the end. Just hang on. I told my daughter the other day, I go, just get through your 20s. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You said you're 33. I can imagine maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the 20s seemed. Was it for you that the 20s seemed like it was so tough? And then
Yeah.
I think what happens is the older we get, our perspective on things change. So it's like,
Hmm.
it doesn't bother me so much.
Yeah. And I
So
think for us, and in my 20s, I just felt like I had, for me, because of my kidney disease, I
right.
had to grow up faster than I needed to. You know what I mean? Like there was it went from college to life or death real quick. And as a 19-year-old boy, how do you process this, right? It wasn't as if I had an opportunity to even know what was going on with me. I
Right.
blinked and my kidneys were shut down. So how do you process life in your 20s when you don't even know if you're going to make it to your 30s.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I connect with you when you say having a story. You know what I mean? I'm here now because I trusted God and I trusted the journey. I trusted the story to be able to tell somebody else. I promise to you, I've had this conversation with God and I told him I didn't want anybody to share my testimony but me. I
Okay.
never wanted anybody to say Courtney was or Courtney did this. I wanted to share that with you. I
Okay.
wanted to share with my viewers and the guests that I have on the show because we go through so much, right? But there's nothing more fulfilling than testifying to the grace and mercy and love of
Yes.
God yourself. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes. And thank you for saying that, Courtney, because I didn't look at it that way. When we talk about testimony, we talk about our journey. Like, you know what? I want to be able to tell that. I
Yeah.
want to be able to say, I made it through. And
Yes.
this is why. And this is how. So thank you for that
Yeah.
reminder. Thank you for that. Because and I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to take that with me
Yes.
moving forward. So I appreciate you
No,
saying
you're
that.
welcome. You're
Yes.
welcome. You know, this April, I normally have everything all put together, right? Like I told you, I'm like this. I'm so structured.
Yeah.
But there was something about meeting you today that I felt like I was talking to family, you
Yeah.
know? And I normally, like I said, I'm normally like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey, how you doing? Have a good day, right? But I feel like I'm spiritually connected to you, and I normally don't always feel that way. So I thank you. I thank you for coming on here, being here. I got a nephew that I didn't even know I had,
That's right. That's right. That's right.
and
That's right.
It's been an honor just to be in your presence and have this conversation.
Thank
My
you.
last thing to you is, where can people find you?
Okay.
And what can you tell us that you have coming up without
Okay.
giving everything away? If you do
Okay.
have something coming up, we would love to know so we can
Okay.
support you.
Okay. People can find me on Instagram at A underscore Parker Jones. That's A underscore Parker Jones. Facebook, April Parker Jones. Um, you can find me. That's it. And then what I have coming up. Hmm. I've been auditioning, you
Mm,
know. Oh, I was able to shoot a episode of Bel-Air, which I'm so excited about. That season 2 is out now. Um,
yes.
and there's a new show called The Other Black Girl that
Mm,
will be on Hulu that's coming out, I think in September or so. So I'll be
okay.
at the tail end of that season. It's part of the Onyx Collective on Hulu, which is this great collective
Nice.
of Black artists. I think Reasonable Doubt is part of the Onyx Collective. There's a couple of other documentaries, but it's called The Other Black Girls, based on a
Yeah.
best-selling book by a Black author. Um, and what else is coming up next? I'm not sure, because and that's the journey. That's the
Yeah.
journey of artists. The phone could ring at any minute, and so as artists, we have to kind of stay ready, so we ain't got to
Can we
get ready.
come on?
Okay,
Come
okay. So we got to stay ready and make sure that that baby hair is laid
on. It's laid to the side. It's laid.
right. So we got to stay ready. So we got to get ready. And I'm hoping that when you come to Georgia to visit, that I'll get to meet you in person, and then
Yes.
you can meet Cairo, because you got to come here and have some hot wings and crab.
Yes. Well, I will definitely be there in May. I
Okay,
am hosting an award show, so I will definitely be there in May. I
okay,
would love to meet you, but we can talk out, off of this
we will.
outside of
Okay,
here.
okay.
But it was an amazing pleasure to have you on the show. This
Thank
is
you.
when I talk about dreams coming true. April, I wanted to meet you. I wanted to have you on the show. I told you this before from season 1.
That's
But
crazy.
things happen, lives,
Like
and
yes, it does.
it didn't work. But I'm so happy that it worked now. I'm
Me
so
too.
happy that I got opportunities to speak to you and get to know you some more. I already follow you on Instagram, so like
Okay.
I didn't want to be in your DMs like I didn't want to think that I was crazy. But
I know you're
I'm
not.
thankful for this. I really, really am. And
Thank you.
everybody who's going to be watching this now or later, I'm
Okay.
sure they love you. I can't even read all the comments because I'll be all day. But they
Thank
love
you.
you not as much as I do,
Okay,
but
right.
they.
Thank you.
But thank you for being here, everybody. This is another episode of One on One with Courtney Starks. Let's give a huge shout out to April Parker Jones for joining us today. We love you for watching. Have a good one.
Peace.